Indonesia, Malaysia call on international community to ensure Israel's compliance with ICJ ruling. Jakarta, Indonesia and Malaysia said on Sunday that the international community must ensure Israel's compliance with an order by the UN's top court to stop its military offensive in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. The International Court of Justice ruled on Friday that Israel must immediately halt its military offensive and any other action in the Rafah Governorate. Judges at the ICJ also said the humanitarian situation there was disastrous and called on Tel Aviv to allow unimpeded access to any mission investigating allegations of genocide. Indonesia and Malaysia, both of which have been critical of Israel and vocal supporters of Palestine, have welcomed the ICJ order. Indonesia supports the ICJ's ruling ordering Israel to immediately halt its military offensive in Rafah and to ensure the unimpeded access to the Gaza Strip of any commission of inquiry, fact-finding mission, or other investigative body to investigate the allegation of genocide. The Indonesian Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in a statement, Indonesia urges Israel to immediately comply with the measures ordered by the court without reservation and underlines the critical role of the Security Council in ensuring its implementation. Neighboring Malaysia is also calling on the international community to take action in ensuring Israel's compliance. Malaysia strongly urges the international community to intensify pressure on Israel to comply with the ICJ ruling, as failing to do so will only make a mockery of the sanctity of international law, the Malaysian Foreign Affairs Ministry said. Israeli airstrikes and ground offensives in Gaza have since October killed 36,000 Palestinians and wounded over 80,000 people, the vast majority children and women. The emergency ruling comes a week after it was requested by South Africa as part of a wider case accusing Israel of genocide. The decision marked the third time this year that the 15-judge panel has issued preliminary orders seeking to alleviate the death toll and humanitarian suffering in Gaza. Israel launched its assault on Rafah earlier this month, forcing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to flee a city that had become a refuge to around half of the region's 2.3 million people. Rafah, on Gaza's southern edge, has also been the main entry route for aid, and international organizations have said the Israeli operation has cut off the enclave and raised the risk of famine. While the ICJ is the highest done body for hearing disputes between states and its rulings are final and binding, without enforcement powers, the court's orders have been ignored in the past. Israel has repeatedly dismissed South Africa's case, accusing it of genocide as baseless, arguing in court that its operations in Gaza are self-defense and targeted at Hamas militants who attacked Israel on October 7. But the situation in the Palestinian enclave had deteriorated since the court last ordered Israel to take steps to improve it, and conditions had been met for a new emergency order.